Why does the truth matter so much? Because every real transformation begins with honesty. Your authentic self doesn't show up when life is easy, it appears when you're uncomfortable, challenged, and pushed beyond what feels safe. Everyone wants strength. Everyone talks about toughness. But toughness is never created in comfort. You only build it when you willingly step into situations that overwhelm you. When you feel like you're sinking. When you feel lost. When you feel out of your depth. And it's in those moments, when you're fighting to stay afloat, that you finally meet the real you. That's where your true starting point lies. There's a voice inside of you that whispers, you're capable of more. You're leaving potential on the table. And that voice is telling the truth. Because growth lives in the places most people run from. Failure, pain, doubt, fear, setbacks, loneliness. But also a small beam of light at the end. And the only way to reach that light is to walk right through all the darkness first. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because you're avoiding the hard places that shape you. You're setting goals you know you can hit. But goals that feel safe don't change your life. Real growth starts with the goals that scare you. The ones that feel a little out of reach. The ones that demand you to become better than you are right now. When the alarm goes off before sunrise and your mind says, "Don't get up," you answer with, "This is who I am now. This is what I do." Because chasing a dream isn't comfortable. It requires repeating difficult tasks over and over. Even on the days when you're tired, unmotivated, or frustrated. Every night, ask yourself, did I truly give everything today? When you do this long enough, it becomes natural. It becomes routine. It becomes your identity. You don't do the hard work because you enjoy it. You do it because on the other side of that discomfort is the life you've been begging for. If you want something badly enough, you'll learn the difference between pretending to try and actually trying. Your mind is the strongest weapon you have. When you shut off the noise, the phone, the scrolling, the distractions, all you're left with is your thoughts. And when life hits you with real challenges, loss, depression, heartbreak, failure, you can't search for the answer online. You stand alone with your mind. If you don't learn to control it, it will drag you into fear, doubt, and excuses. You must tell your mind where to go, or it will take you places you don't want to be. Back then, all I had was the ability to work. If I couldn't understand something, I repeated it. If it still didn't click, I wrote it down. If it still didn't make sense, I started over. Eventually, my mind realized I wasn't giving it a way out. So it adapted. It grew stronger. It learned. That became my identity. No escape. No quitting. No shortcuts. When you throw yourself fully into something, your mind and body eventually follow. One day I watched a group of elite military trainees pushing through impossible challenges. I wasn't strong. I wasn't a good swimmer. I wasn't confident. But I saw something in them that I wanted. Not glory. Not comparison. But completion. I imagined myself standing with them, not as the best, but simply as someone who didn't quit. That idea alone began to change me. All my life, when things got tough, I ran. I quit. I backed down. But I wanted to know what finishing felt like. What going the distance felt like. What self-respect felt like. The moment I started putting myself into the fight, even mentally, I started winning. Each challenge I faced built a little more confidence. Each small victory made me see that greatness isn't a gift. It's built through suffering, discipline, and relentless consistency. I didn't have a coach. Didn't have a plan. Didn't have support. Just effort. And those tools were enough to change everything. But only because I forced myself into places that were painful, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. That's where your real self is born. Not in comfort, but in chaos. In struggle. In the moments that nearly break you. Because on the other side of those moments is the person you were meant to become.